Okay, hello, this is Siddesh. In this video, we'll be going over the progress, and as we discussed last week, I will be explaining my concept of advertisements and how they would be implemented in this video in depth. So, this is the last bi-weekly meeting happened in last week of August, and today is 10th October. So, let us see what the progress has been. The first one is on the mobile app. So I'm working on adding subscriptions. The problems that I'm facing is I'll zoom a bit. um, okay, so the problem that I'm facing is the subscription data is coming in the form of stream, and in Flutter there is a like it can be the subscribe widget is there, but it has to be the subscribe widget renders a builder function. So which means that as the data comes, it has to be directly rendered on the screen. So yeah, means this is not how we are working with the mobile app. So I'm trying to find out the most optimal way to accomplish this. I'm thinking about adding multiple builder functions in the UI, or maybe another way to manage the data at a one place, and then manage the data from that center location. So that's for the mobile app. In the Talma admin sign, my previous pull request has been merged. Now I have added the socket listeners on the Talva mobile. On it's actually not on the Talva admin. It's actually on the Talva mobile web version, which is deployed on /user of the Talva admin. So if you check here, this is the Talva admin, and this is actually the admin. And if you want to go to the user end app, you have to do this, and this should take you to the user end app. Okay, this is user end. You have to click on login. So this is not Talva admin, this is Talva normal end user app. This is the mobile version of it. And yeah, in this app, I'm trying to add the plugins to toggle these UIs, which you can see on the nav bar. So I'm trying to toggle those based on the installation status. I will talk a bit about detail about them in the other video. This video is just for explaining the status and talking about advertisements. Okay, so this has been the work of these two things. Now moving forward with the project, so next part was adding advertisements. So before directly working on getting started with the things, I would like to I would like to explain the entire plan of how I am thinking that this would be managed. And I have some questions as well, some design decisions that would be that I would take help from my mentors to decide onto that things. So I think there are a lot of typos, so just a minute. Okay, so talking about advertisements now. First of all, why we should use advertisement in the first place? Like, why do we require? We are open source software. So advertisements are not for the creators of the software, it is actually for the users of the software. As we know, the target client of the current product is church, temple, mosque, etc., or other holy places in general. So we all know that such organizations actually don't run on profit, they run on donation basis. So providing them another way to earn some money would be great thing for them. There can be two types of advertisements. In this video, I'll talk about entire things, like how the advertisement will come in picture, how they would be managed, and how they would be processed after. Okay, so let's go one by one. Adding ads would allow two types of benefits. First is earning revenue for the organization. And companies having products related to such organizations, they can directly target those customers. So if there are like local churches and they have like local shops which create products that are targeted towards customers who are very involved in holy communities, so they can directly target those customers here. These can be the benefits. So how it would be implemented? The ads, there are 2 to 3 ways that it will be implemented. First one is as a promoted post on the feed of the user app. So for example, this is the example screenshot of the Talava web app. So as we know, there is a feed on the app. We can scroll through it and we can see what other people are posting about the church. So there can be an event, and there can be a promoted post from a company, and it would tell what the product is, and it can have hyperlinks to redirect to that product. It can also contain images to promote that product. So something that we see in Facebook, Instagram, products are being promoted, something like that here as well. Second is banner advertisements. So there are some banner advertisement that we see while playing games. There are some banners that are popping up. The banners are actually embedded on top of the user interface. So I'm thinking about not implementing this one, because this might break the user interface on a lot of places. So yeah, so I'm thinking about removing this format. Please let me know your opinion as well. Then there is a pop-up notification type of advertisement. So pop-up is basically the normal pop-ups that we see on the websites. So whenever we open the link, there is a pop-up that comes up, and it tells you what the product is or what the promotion is, and do you want to go to that site or that product. Then the next question that would come into your mind is how the advertisement would be managed. Okay, who is bringing them up, who is managing them, like how the responsibilities are divided in this. So the ads would be solely managed by the admin. Okay, now super admin would not be involved in this. The admin is taking all of the responsibilities. So for example, there is Brooklyn Church, and the Brooklyn Church admin would be responsible for the ads that are being displayed on Brooklyn Church. Yeah, so admin would be responsible for the content that is promoted. Admin have to bring his own advertisements. So again, to bringing out customers or companies that want to advertise their products, it's not our responsibility, it's admin's responsibility again. For example, in Buffalo, New York, there is a church called ABC Church, managed by Mr. John Doe. So John Doe want to earn revenue via the ads. He have to reach out for his own local advertisers. Palisadoes Foundation is not involved in managing promotions at all. So we are not involved in any of those activities. Again, for the monetary purposes, the transactions, he can charge his client on his own terms, like $30 a week for 150 users in its community. And users and Palisadoes Foundation is again not involved with any of the transactions. That means so the meaning of not involved here means we are not providing any features in the app to manage those activities. Those activities have to be done manually. Like the admin has to be manually reach out to local promoters who want to promote their product. I just wanted to make these things clear, because this can create some confusions in users' mind about how this would be managed. Then there is how much ads would be shown and how would they be controlled. So this is another thing, because the product is very new, and again, all of the users do not like ads on their apps. So if we see ads, basically users focus from that app deviates to another task. So basically I suggest to show one times a day an ad by default, and also not adding any option to change that thing. Like there should be not any controls added to show 10 ads a day to a single user. There should be one ad a day to a single user. Okay, so this would surely result in stable user retention. Then then there would okay, so now how they would be controlled, this is another factor, right? How, okay, so you are not managing for the cost of the advertisement, you are not controlling that he can charge him $30 or $300. That is not our responsibility. He can the transaction coming in and going through is also not a responsibility of the application. Then how they would be controlled? Okay, so the admin would be having an option in navbar regarding promotions. So just like right now that we have, just a minute, okay, this is the lava. Okay, so this is, I'm logging in the admin portal. Let's go to here. So as we can see, there are different sections here. So just like those sections, it would be also having a new section which would be called promotions. Okay, so this is the example sketch of that section, which would be similar to So something like this. Okay, so yes, uh, yeah, so this is and this would be shown as like, so if somebody wants to promote his local coffee shop that he just opened, and he doesn't want to spend money on Instagram and Facebook, because it may show that shop to a random person which may not be from his nearby place. So promoting via a uh, local community would profit him a lot, and would help in getting the most out of his money. So advertisement for local coffee shop. So basically, just like the how the plugins are managed, so we create new plugins, remove new plugins, just like that. There will be promotion data is to be filled here, and this would be shown in the user interface, just like this is showing right here. So so the next question is, what would be the properties of this? Okay, we will talk about this in a minute, but talking about the user interface, this would be the title. This is the adding promotion button to add new promotions, and this should be shown as a list, and this would show the remaining days left for the advertisements. So the advertisements would be time based, so user has to select a time. Basically, advertisements are shown on the basis of time. So I want to show ads from 20 September to 26 September. I can fill in the dates, and during that time the advertisement would be shown to users, and after that period is finished, the advertisement would be removed. Now the removal of advertisement is also a thing that I want to discuss about, so we would be discussing about it in a few moments. Okay, so yeah, user can also add hyperlinks to his advertisement, like mycoffee.shop/home, or he could also add some promotional photos if he wants. So now, talking about technical details of this advertisement, I suggest to have a advertisement document schema just like this. Let me explain the properties. So it would contain ID, which is the primary thing, then organization ID, inside of which organization this is created, then the name of the advertisement, the link of the advertisement, and there would be a type which is like a, I think this is called which is like a enumeration data, which can be any of these three values: pop-up, menu, or banner. And there would be a start date, there would be a end date, so day when the ads would be shown to users, default one per day per user, then last end date, after which the ads would not be shown. Created, updated are primary fields. I'm also thinking about adding a description field, which would be also containing string. This would contain all of these formattings. These formattings that are here. Okay, this one, the captions and all that. Okay, so now what would happen after the end of the advertisement? For example, if 20 to 26 I want to put the ads, so on 27th of September, what should be happened with the document? Now this is where I need the help of my mentors. I researched about this, and there are two ways to handle this. First one is keeping the documents in the database. Second one is there is a TTL field, time to live field in MongoDB, so where we have to put the expire value, and after that the document get deleted. So we can also make use of that to automatically delete this. Or there is a second option. In that option, we basically don't delete this and keep it as a record. Okay, so it, like, even after the September 26 September is passed, and there is October, November, like new months are the time is passed, the ads would be still showing up at the end of the list. Okay, and the list would be keep filling up. We can do the normal approach as well. So I would like to know your opinion on this. Then there is APIs required, so there has to be some APIs that would enable to handle that data. The first one will be create advertisement. Create advertisement would take all of these inputs as parameters. Okay, and create the advertisement with the given inputs. Then there would be a delete advertisement. So delete advertisement is like a UI button. If accidentally any advertisement is created, it would be deleted by this. Then there is get advertisement. So in get advertisement used by the mobile app to fetch all the ads to show. So get advertisement is basically used by the Flutter app or the web Talava app. And so while getting the advertisement document, it would also filter the data by dates, and it would only allow a single advertisement in the mobile app. Okay, so basically there would be a constraint in which the advertisement with merging dates would not be allowed. So if any user tries to add advertisement documents here which have conflicting dates between them, so this would throw an error to it. So that's there. And filter by the dates. Yeah, so that is how it is handled. Now how they would be fetched inside of mobile app, I'm thinking about some different ways to do it, because so I'm thinking about only showing the ads to user if he's engaging with the application. Like if he opens the app in the home page, then the ad should not be loaded directly. Let's say he opens like image page or calendar page, then and then only this function would be called, which means that user want to spend time in the application. So if he want to spend time in the application, then the advertisement would be loaded from the server and then would be shown via pop-ups. I think this is a better thing to do, which would also avoid user from just canceling the app thinking that it is a spam app, even if he opens and ads are showing randomly. How it be utilized in mobile? There are three ways to handle this pop-up ads. So yeah, how it be utilized in mobile? So first one, as I suggested, was pop-up ads. There will be a pop-up component which would be opened only once for the user. So as I said, if he opens a specific page, then it would be only shown to him instead of showing him every time he opens the app. There is promoted post. So just like we have the post feed here on the mobile app, there would be a separate component which would not be interacting or interfering with the normal post flow that is going. We have pinned post and all of that, so it would not be interfering with that. It would just be a single component, and it would only load the post if it has the valid data, advertisement data to show. Then it would load those posts. Banner ads, banner component ad to be displayed on top of the pages. So again, this has problems like it might break the user interface, and it usually banner ad is a very bad experience for user. So I suggest this should not be implemented. So yeah, extra notes, these are my two questions: removing banner type of ad and what to do after the ad's duration. So I would like to have your feedback from this. And I guess yes, this has been it.